in their plush offices on the Champs-Élysées. People arrived earlier today. When this story first emerged, said that it was tax optimization, that they were clearly within the rules and following all the laws, and that they had nothing to answer to. It has to be said that Karim Tajeddine, one of the senior partners there, he said, we have paid our taxes in France. If that turns out not to be true, or if they are somewhere on that blurry line between tax optimization and tax evasion and outright fraud, then things could look a bit complicated for Emmanuel Macron, who has known for many years Karim Tajeddine. So that could be complicated for him. At the moment, they deny any wrongdoing at all. And this emerged, as you say, from a Senate inquiry, which was looking at the wider issue, which I know we'll talk about in a moment, of the use of consultancies in France, and found that between 2011 and 2020, McKinsey's had paid no tax in France.
And there was quite a lot of outrage because at the beginning of the pandemic, there was this article in newspaper Le Monde about how there was a cabinet meeting and those from all the public hospitals who were scrambling at the time, remember, they got the sense that it was McKinsey giving the orders and not the ministers and the high civil servants.
Yeah, it depends how you look at this story. In many English-speaking countries, there is more of a habit of using outside consultancies. It's not always a popular move, but there is more of a habit in it. It doesn't sit well in France. That's not the way things are usually done in France. Don't forget, they have an extremely expensively trained civil service in France. They're regularly told the French public services and the civil service is the best in the world. And so people in the run-up to the presidential election said, well, how come they cannot deliver the government's services for them? And many people were saying Jean-Luc Mélenchon, who, of course, is leading the left-wing alliance, he on the far left, ahead of parliamentary elections. He, coming up to the presidential elections, pointed out that many French people might wonder why they were paying twice. First, for these expensively trained civil servants. Secondly, for an outside consultancy to be used. There were lots of consultancy used, predominantly McKinsey's, and much of it was on the rollout of the vaccination program, which happened in many countries. Emmanuel Macron, for his part, says this was an emergency. We needed people quickly, fast and well-trained. I would have done what I could to protect the French people, and I stand by my decisions. But of course, this is great news for the left coming up to the elections. McKinsey's has started to be a name which is in the popular imagination now and associated with the narrative they continue to push, which is a Parisian elite running things out of touch with what normal people need, and a lot of money being spent on their needs and the way they work.
All right, so Monday you told us about